Welcome to the News Game Plus. Happy New Year. I'm Dermie, and I'm here with New Game Plus executive producer Jason Callahan, as usual.
It's a bit of a sleepy intro, but that's all
It
right.
is. I am so tired. I've been screwing all day.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, I've been doing
Yikes.
home handyman work, not
So
not what I want to do.
broadcast is back.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a low class joke, but there you go. So
I was hoping, now's the time to broadcast. We've
yeah,
had January 6th has happened. We're waiting on Jan 20.
I'm tired. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, Jen said it was boring this year. Oh,
Yeah.
last year was much more
Yeah,
interesting.
the sequel was a bit
Yeah.
quieter. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I saw Ronnie Cheng did a good send up of it. Whatever, he's just he reenacted the phone call between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, where Kamala goes, "We're going to hand over peacefully, no problems," and he goes, Donald Trump hangs up and goes, "Pussies."
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Yeah, pretty much.
so yeah, the 20th. This guy at my gym, wears a Trump hat.
Oh, yeah.
He's excited. He can't wait. I'm excited for a different reason because I'm looking forward to a third season of Space Force because
Yeah.
they ran out of material with Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the South Park thing, right? It's like that's where South Park struggles. It's like, how do we beat this? We can't possibly do better than this. So
There's going to be a golden age for comedy if anyone's allowed. It's going to be interesting. I actually look. You know my opinion of it. I'm one of those guys happy to watch the world burn.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to jump into the game of the year because
All right.
because
Yeah.
I ditched you last two podcasts.
No, that's all right. I mean, yeah, I didn't do anything for Christmas. I on Christmas Day I slept for 17 hours, and then on Boxing Day I played Death Stranding for 17 hours.
Living the
So
fucking dream
yeah,
there, I
yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
So,
Exactly what I wanted to do. So
yeah,
yeah,
okay, yeah. So no, it's just family.
yeah.
I
It
wanted
was
to
good.
sleep.
I saw my family the week before. I was like, yeah, cool. The few family members I liked. I was like, yeah, cool. Nice to see you.
If you family members you can.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Wow.
anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a long way to the remand center. Yeah.
So let's do the new game plus game of the year. Hang on, so
So the game of the year, yes, the game of the year
that's
is
my drums.
interesting. We should preface it with
I can't do it. Hang on.
there's some contention around the third position. So I mean, you can go up the list from the bottom if you want. Yeah, like, and it's
So we're
interesting to see how.
we're gonna do a Greek style. We're gonna start at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. Just despite well, yeah, and with the smallest totals. Uh, with our first the game that wins it has won it categorically. There's nothing that's
I think it
close
did
to it.
actually.
But we for the rest of the games, there's actually a
There's
pretty
really
wide
the
spread.
game that won, and then the game of second was probably. No, it really just drops away after that.
Yeah.
So there was one winner, and hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 runners up.
Yes. And so
That's how it works.
that's the funny part, right? Is so like
Everybody voted for one game.
yeah, had I this is the Indiana Jones honorable mention, right? This is the I probably should have gone back and reevaluated my list, but I would have had to resubmit it, and I ran out of time. And Galia insists on the deadline. But Indiana Jones is a very good video game, and you should play it, especially if you like those
Not
days.
according to this game of the year list.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Well, that's the problem, right? It came out like we cut off game of the
you
year.
going to tell me you voted for Indy?
I would have. I would have
Oh,
actually
okay, you
voted
didn't.
for
Okay.
EDF. That's what I'm saying. So yeah,
Did you vote for EDF?
I did. Of course, I did.
So the one that won actually won without your vote.
No, I got first. First was
Oh, I thought because I thought you
no, yeah.
normally get you normally cracking the shits at it. You're going, oh, the rest of the team are
No,
fucking
no, no.
idiots.
They
Look
got
what
it
they
right this
voted
year.
for.
They got first and second right. I can't even complain.
You're normally not happy at all with who they
I
vote for.
can't. Yeah, I can't complain. They got first and second correct.
First, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you see Nikki Glass's Golden Globe speech?
I like her in general, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's weird because US comedians, female comedians, they do slutty humor a lot, and normally it's just cringe, right?
Yeah,
But she does the easy girl humor
yeah,
really well.
yeah.
Just the delivery, but her,
Ni-
her Golden
Nikki
Globe speech
Glazer
was
and
awesome.
Nikki Glazer and Eliza Schlesinger, I think her name is. They're both really good. And Taylor Tomlinson, if you see her.
I've been watching a lot of Taylor Tomlinson because my daughter's in love with her at the moment,
Yeah,
and she
yeah,
talks about therapy and that as well.
yeah,
And yeah, she talks about like mental conditions
yeah, yeah.
and Mick's going that's like that's a point doing the meme of pointing at the screen.
Yeah.
But no, Tomlinson's she's legit funny.
If you want something a bit edgier, Jordan Jensen. I like Jordan Jensen, but that's just my
Jordan Peterson.
No,
All right, I wrote that down.
different.
Okay, cool. So
So yeah, so do we want to go through the whole list? I guess.
okay, let's go. Okay, do you want
Well, no, so you start from the bottom. You don't
start from the
with
bottom?
yeah,
Okay,
you start
but
from the
basically we'll go the consolation prizes. I'll go everyone that got I'll go these ones, the consolation prizes. So, Infinite Wealth. Is that a game or did somebody just vote for money?
Yakuza, Yakuza 8 Infinite Wealth.
Okay.
Sorry,
I thought one of the crew just wants money.
like a dragon, Infinite Wealth.
Like a dragon.
Yeah, that's every time it says it, that's all I can think of. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, I thought one of you guys.
so it's a Weird Al, piss take. Yeah,
Okay. Now Astrobot and EDF6, your boy,
yeah,
and Prince of Persia.
yes.
UFO 50 is that the
So
current
that's
USA
no,
news?
yeah, all the drones that are up there. Yeah. No, it's UFO 50 is like a charming little. It's basically a failed Japanese. You're a developer for a failed Japanese gaming console, which I'm sure you can relate to. And so, basically, it's a bunch of the games that were released on that. So
Yeah,
they did,
cry for play this.
yeah, they do like the Atari packs and stuff like that. It's like that for a system that never existed. So it's a cute little kind of a story about that kind of thing. So it was a surprisingly fun little game.
Yeah, for many years, my friends thought I had a curse on me because I went
Every time you
because
go all in on a
I
console,
had my
yeah,
Amiga, and
nice.
then I got into Sega,
Sega Saturn, yeah, yeah,
and they're like, "Yeah, you fucking cursed,
yeah.
man.
Touch it there.
Do not buy a
At
PlayStation."
least you went on the 3DO wagon,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, well, Maddie did that. He
yeah.
cursed that. And the other one that's around, we'll call him runners up. We'll call all these third place. So, Tekken 8. So, Infinite Wealth, Astrobot, EDF6, Prince of Persia, UFO 50, and Tekken
Technically
8.
fourth place.
Effectively,
Technically fourth place. The rest are all
the
the number. See.
I was going to call them second.
Well, no, because it's different.
Well, they at least got one full time vote.
Did they? They don't necessarily. Well, we have
Well,
so many people in the team,
yeah.
so technically we have one, two,
And
three,
Sonic
five.
X Shadow only got that vote because
What?
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
only allowed one vote.
yeah.
I tried to do different accounts, but Jamie was on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was like,
damn you, Jamie.
G McDermott. No, that's too obvious. Let's call him Gerard
Yeah.
M. Yeah.
Jeremy Gurmit.
Yeah.
So no, so yeah, so Sonic Shadow came second. Now, I'll go through the second. Well, I'll go up from there. Okay. So basically, the second place is
When you say second place, so let's be clear. This isn't the second place. This is technically
I'm putting him in a group.
joint fourth place.
Join fourth place. Unicorn Overlord. I can't remember.
Overlord.
Okay, Destiny 2. How the hell's Destiny 2 still in
Don't
there?
even.
I get told off for wanting to vote Sonic every
Don't
year,
even.
and somebody's
Don't
voted
even.
Destiny 2.
Yeah. Don't even.
Okay, Metaphor.
Rick
Rick
Fantasia.
Fantasia, yep.
Yeah.
Sonic X Shadow. There we go. Have you seen the Sonic movie?
No, but I will. I will.
Ah, it is.
I'll
It
watch it on the
is.
plane.
It is good. It's oh yeah, on the plane, free. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good. Actually, yeah, because well, Japan parts in it. Persona. There's always going to be a
Yeah,
Persona
Persona.
game in this crowd.
Persona 3, I
That's
assume.
just what
Yeah.
they are. I just wrote Persona. Indie. Oh, Indie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in
I told you.
Indiana Jones. Yep.
So this is what I say maybe was being contentious. If I'd have taken my vote back for EDF and put it there,
Still would have only come second.
we still would have only come second. Would not have come first.
Okay. Satisfactory.
Yep.
Um,
Did
1,000 times.
Satisfactory come out this year?
What did Destiny 2?
But the expansion came out, and apparently we're doing
Can I?
expansions
Why
now.
couldn't I vote for Deus Ex
Yeah,
Human
it's us.
Revolution
Yeah,
for
no,
God's sake?
I'm gonna question Jamie's.
Wasn't the Dorito Pope of you?
Yeah. No shit.
So-
I'm not even running ads on this podcast. We did get that offer though. Did you see?
no.
We got offered to be a Podbean
Was it
affiliate.
was it gambling?
Nah, Podbean affiliate. Anyway.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
we
cool.
must be doing that well.
Well, that's good actually. They can send 50 cents our way. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, cool. 1,000 times resist. What the hell's that?
I actually have no idea, but I know that multiple people voted for
Yeah,
it.
I know multiple people did. Okay, cool. How good are we at this
Yeah.
video game stuff? So, all right. So I'll just okay. I'll say that's the group of third places, and it was very
Group of
tight.
fourth places.
Fourth, but whatever. It's in a group, and there was a. I don't mean to whatever. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to get smacked.
No.
So,
But it's an interesting spread. Like it goes to show you that it's a diverse lineup of people we have here.
yeah, well, they were always going to vote for
And
Persona game.
you're a diverse lineup.
And I was always going to vote for Sonic game
Yeah.
and Destiny 2. What are you guys doing? Okay, so when we get into the big hitters, right?
So
And,
this
and
is
there's
our top three.
top two, well, top three, top two.
No, I mean if you want to do top two and then the last one, because the numbers are different. You see, that's got a 3 and that's got a 4 next to it, so that's one ahead.
Well, that's
Done in
thousand.
Redragon
Okay,
Game.
we'll go third.
Yeah.
Thousand times resist.
Yes.
I had a grip in the others.
So I'm
That'll be
pretty sure
third
that's
place.
that's third. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yep. So we'll go with that then. That's thousand times. It gets a bronze medal. Shameful bronze. So and the second place is Balatro.
Balatro, no
Yep.
surprise.
It
Yeah.
over 18's gambling game for
for,
for
for degenerate gamblers.
yeah. So and the top place. Do it.
Absolutely no
Is
surprise, I'm
anybody
sure.
going to not guess this? It's getting a movie soon. I'll cover that
Well,
soon.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Since we're just picking games from
Did you,
5 years
did
ago.
you see Last of Us has got a third season
It
greenlit for
needs it.
two?
It needs it. I'll tell you why. We'll go into that after. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Again, okay. The winner's Helldivers too. I
Yeah.
mean, that's no surprise.
No
Yeah, that
surprise
was that
indeed.
was the most popular game last year by a mile. And in fact, probably if Marvel Rivals had it come out last year, probably would have pipped it.
So this was. I remember I said that I'm going to do the indie apology tour. I'm going to do the Marvel Rivals apology tour. Overwatch 3 is phenomenal. I was playing it before.
Overwatch 3. Yeah, yep,
It's
yep.
Overwatch 3. Let's be real,
See,
right?
I thought that Steam game was going to cut their lunch, and then Marvel Rivals
Steam
came in
game.
and said,
Oh,
"Oh, I can't remember what it's called now."
Oh my God, Deathlock.
Yeah, something like that.
The Valve one.
Deadlock. Yeah,
Deadlock. Yeah.
yes. The Valve game. Yeah,
Yeah. But it's still in alpha. When it goes into full,
exactly.
you'll have thousands of Russians and people playing.
There is no way that the Overwatch can come back in any way, can it?
No.
It's
Oh,
dead.
but between Deadlock and Valve suddenly pushing into, there's going to be a Steam Deck revision. I'm sure you might have a news article. There's
I
rumors.
do. Oh, it's about
There's
SteamOS.
rumors of a console. There's rumors of a Half-Life game. If Valve is actually coming back and
Ah,
making
yes,
games,
yes.
I mean, you paid $70 billion for this, for this in COD, $70 billion.
Well, they're just trying to get their price up so that Microsoft thinks it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't.
There's no rape dungeons at
Yeah,
Valve. Well,
yeah.
as far as we know.
Yeah, but
Hang on, where's that guy from
there's just
Kotaku?
there's just money pits. Yeah,
What's his name? Shreya.
yeah, yeah.
Ask Jason Shreya if he's been to anything recently.
But yeah, no, honestly, Marvel Rivals is phenomenal, and I think it came out at a good time for its release. But yeah, it got overlooked for a lot of Game of the Year stuff, and it's a really fun hero
It's hard to
shooter.
get a game of the year when you
Yeah,
come out in December because everybody's already done their
yeah,
list in November.
yeah. And the funny thing with it is, like, it's got the Dota philosophy at the moment. How long it'll stay, I don't know. But you don't actually pay for the characters; you pay for the skins. And I am all for pay for the skins. I'm a big fan of pay for the battle pass, pay for the skins, but the full game itself is free. I have much less issue with that than I do walling off areas of the game and making people pay for it. So
Hmm.
like yeah, that one to me. And I mean, at least with Helldivers addresses that by if you play enough of the game, you will earn enough currency to buy the new war bonds and stuff like that. So that's how they address it. Marvel Rivals, as far as I can tell, you get all the heroes unlocked from the start, and you just play it, and Bob's your uncle. So, and then Indiana Jones, phenomenal game. It's on Game Ass. If you're a Game Ass recipient, I would play it. It's
You
very good.
came out too late because this is a bit of a spoiler for people about the inside thing is all the game in the years are done in
Yeah,
November, sometimes early November because they've got especially if you in the old TV show days, everyone wrapped up for Christmas anyway, so there's
that's
time
why
production time
we
and
used to do
editing
ours.
time.
Yeah, we used to do ours as late as we could, and that was like kind of 13th of December was the latest we could
Yeah,
submit
well, this
episodes.
one was being done towards the end of the year. I remember
Well,
the survey for New Game Plus one. So
Kalia
that was
closed it on the 28th of December,
yep.
which
So
is literally as late as we could do.
and in video game media, I'll include you in video game media. That is really late.
Yes.
That is at least like a month late, and potentially 6 weeks later than anybody else,
Yeah.
because they've got time. They got to do
They're
it. They got to
closing it off
review it.
well and truly.
They're
Yeah,
all going
yeah,
on holidays, so they've got to bank a little bit of content. It's really easy, bankable content. So
yeah.
anyway, there you go. There's a game of the year. Congratulations, Helldivers 2, New Game Plus,
Not
game of the year.
surprised. Yeah.
Um,
Like
Elatro second.
I will throw one more honorable mention in.
Will
And
we?
I realized it came out this year. Actually, let me double check if it came out this
Sonic
year
X
before I
Shadow.
do it. Uh, I accidentally hit caps lock. Yeah, okay, it did come out this year. So
Banishers.
Banishers Ghost of New Eden. Don't nod. So same guys who did Vampire, Life is Strange, #1.
The first Life is Strange is a great
But they
game.
did the first
with,
one.
with some of the hardest hitting emotional
Yeah.
moments
So
in a game.
so
It's unbelievable.
they did. I'm pretty sure they did the first Life is Strange. Let's have a look through what they.
And Chloe's toxic. She shouldn't hang around.
Oh yeah, yeah. Life is Strange, Vampire. Oh, they did the second one. There you go.
Yeah, but the second one didn't have all the rewind
Yeah.
mechanics, did it? It wasn't about Chloe.
Yeah, it was different. Yeah.
Nah,
No, it was someone different, wasn't it?
the only time I like Chloe was that the scene when you stop the dad driving and then you
Yeah.
go, oh fuck, that was hard hitting. Life is Strange is good. Anyway,
Vampire was good. Life is Strange is
can
good.
I nominate it? Because
Remember was
Destiny
good.
2 got a
Yeah, yeah.
nomination. Life is Strange is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
2013.
yeah, yeah. 2013. 2015. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Banishers, it got a lot of bad press because, of course, and I want to go into this a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit woke. So, he's a Scottish
No, the
bloke,
social Jason Warrior's
right?
back. We haven't had the social Jason Warrior for a while.
Basically, they're Banishers. Their idea is they come in, they judge cases where people are haunted by ghosts, decide what to do with the ghosts. So they can basically banish the ghosts and make them not exist, quote unquote. They can ascend them to heaven, or they can blame the person who did it. So basically, they steal the soul out of the person who did it, right? And so
The Ghost.
the guy. So you play as Red or Rudrig, right? In the old
Okay.
in the Celtic tongue, and so he and his partner, um, who's his actual love interest. She's a Cuban, yeah, grew up in the Caribbean. Not surprising that a Scotsman and a Caribbean in the 17th century, 18th century would have met. Not really that surprising, but of
Yeah.
course it's woke, it's DEI, it's all this kind of stuff, and there's an interesting line in it where
And go and run for president one day.
right, so well, so I mean that rule will be the next one to get scrapped, so Elon can go, but basically it was
Remember the one that changed the rule for Arnie?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, he would be moderate now, but yeah. So it's interesting that it got this really chucked under this DEI bullshit. The writing is really good. The cases, the individual cases are really good. Similar to Vampire, the morality of it is really good. It's like you can take this action because you hate the person or you think that they deserve this visceral justice, but it will have an effect on the world. You know what I mean? Like if you take out a pillar of a community, how they do it is basically there's main communities, and every community has a pillar, and if you remove the pillar, the community rots basically. All right, Sleepy Dermy there, just
Sorry, I should have pressed the button.
entertained by what I'm saying, but
You talk about ghosts, and I'm about to become
yeah,
one.
yeah, you're about to become one. Yeah, yeah,
Not
Sleepy
far off.
Dermy.
Well,
And so
they announced something's going to come in 2027. I had a panic attack because I
yeah,
might not be here. You keep
oh Jesus Christ. Um,
2027 is that
Time
just
makes
away?
fools of us all, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, yeah. So, but look, I don't know.
Considering how things are going, it might be worth it.
If had I played Banishers earlier in the year, I might have given it a vote. I mean, this is the thing. I think
Okay.
it's tough that it got really just ignored from a lot of the thing. It came out in February.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a really good don't nod game. It's a solid again. They exist very well in that B/A space, not in AAA space and not in C junkie space. They
Yeah.
sit in that kind of story
Uh,
driven. Not
quadruple A space. The very
we're
best.
not we're not all we're not all playing Star Wars Outlaws, which I've noticed nobody voted for in our game of the year as
No,
well.
well,
I don't
fucking
think anyone fucking played it.
right
I
wing
don't think
Trump
I
loving
don't think
people, are they?
anyone
What the
played
hell's
it.
going
Yeah.
on here?
Maybe if they put Gina Carano in it anyway.
She's a bit alright.
Yeah, she's a lot of woman now.
Is
Anyway,
she?
yeah.
Still,
Anyway,
still.
yeah. I mean, look, I don't know. Whatever. Well, let's not be gross. But or at least in that way. Yeah.
Sorry, don't mind
Let's not continue our mystery in between conversation. Um, but no. So basically, I think the three.
Here, Brooke, call me.
My personal list. My personal kind of apology list there is Banishers and Indie for sure. I'm sad that they didn't get the attention that they deserved, and Marvel Rivals. I think Marvel Rivals is
Yeah.
phenomenal. Marvel Rivals. I wish it all the success. I hope they don't get greedy. I hope they are smart about how they play with the license.
Well, I think when you go to hero shooter, I think if you do it with things like comic book characters,
Yes.
it just makes sense anyway
Yeah.
because you've got all these characters with different powers, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
And you can set up
can't
their
believe it didn't happen earlier.
you can set up their play styles to make sense. Like you play Venom in this, and he jumps in the middle of them, grabs them all with tendrils, and hits
Yeah,
them,
and makes sense in the comic
yeah,
book world.
yeah,
So it's accurate for the people who know the comics,
yes,
and you've already got all the attacks in that
yeah,
written for you.
yeah.
It's already
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so it becomes that thing of like that's you like this character because that's how they like Hulk's gonna jump in the middle and start smashing, and
yeah,
Captain America's gonna run to the front line. Whereas you've got like Rocket Raccoon's gonna set up turrets and he's gonna set up this and he's gonna like be sneaky and blah blah. Blah. So the great thing about it is you can play again. I'm really
you made I think it's a great idea.
I'm impressed with
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals more than I thought I would be. Overwatch 3 is here. Good luck, Overwatch 2. I think you're cactus.
I can't wait for the DC really crappy copy of Marvel Rivals.
I mean, do we want to go down that
I didn't
tangent
mind
for a
their
little bit?
movies
We're starting
actually.
to see a little bit
I
of
like DC better, but yeah.
we're starting to see a little bit of gun stuff come through. Creature Commandos is really good, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, gun style's okay, but see, I actually liked. We have a tangent now for
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but
Oh, fine.
I actually always liked how DC movies were darker and a little bit.
You're a Snyder kid. I forgot.
I didn't mind the Snyder Cut.
Snyder should be allowed to direct whatever he wants, but he should not be allowed near a typewriter. The second he writes his own movies, they're fucking
You're
dog
right.
shit.
He should direct them. Nolan should write
Uh,
them.
Shut the
You
fuck.
reckon I was going to get
Oh
straight?
my god.
He just,
The best
he
one,
just twitched.
the best movie that Zack Snyder ever made was written by James Gunn, which is Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Okay,
Dawn
cool.
of the Dead is the best zombie movie of that era, and it's well written and it's funny in the right places and it does all that kind of James Gunn stuff. The best. I mean, did you watch Suicide Squad, the new one? It was really good.
This is going to impress you. I did.
Yeah.
I like the original one better.
Oh my.
Except
Yeah.
it shouldn't have had Jared Leto. Jared Leto was a shit Joker.
You definitely
But
have
I like the
some
original
kind
one
of
better.
brain rot. There's
I actually, I'm not winding up. I did.
some kind of
But
brain
see,
rot.
I like DC movies how they're different to Marvel, see, Marvel and DC are in danger of being like Star Trek and Star Wars, where
Yeah.
a bunch of normies come along and have no idea the differences between them,
But
and they just ruin
this
both.
this is the problem with Zaslav, isn't it? Right. So like, I reckon WB would have sold off their games branch if Harry Potter didn't make $2 billion, right? If that had, well, $1 billion. If it didn't make $1 billion, they would have sold off Warner Brothers games because Rocksteady just lost another X amount of people, right? And it's all because of mismanagement from Warner Brothers. The direction of Suicide Squad. I mean, you have this game where you have all these different characters. Like we're talking about different characters for Marvel, right?
Yeah,
You got Harley Quinn, you got fucking Lance. What's his name? The Shark guy. You've got Boomerang, and you've got fucking Deadshot, right?
yeah,
The Deadshot's your gun guy. Boomerang's your. He's got the boomerang, so you just throw power ups on the boomerang and just have him fist fight. You got
yeah.
Shark's your tank, and you've got Harley
Shark
Quinn.
Boy.
Yeah, and you've got Harley Quinn could have been your like I'm gonna do silly stuff.
Should be melee.
Yeah, melee, but I've got silly
Like
traps and I've got
Amy style with a
yeah,
giant
I've
hammer.
got traps and I've got support items and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. And you could have easily, and considering they already had a good fisticuff system in the game, you could have just made that game in
yeah.
2 fucking seconds, right? And they had Gotham Knights, so they had a rough idea of how to do it with a melee system, and then they made it a shooter. I mean, you can't tell me Rocksteady said, you know what we want to do? Turn Suicide Squad into a looter shooter.
Also, I mean, they always complain when people don't like that. Kill the Justice League game,
Yeah,
right?
but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, but they always complain about the fandoms, right, when they
Yeah.
don't like it, when they do something stupid with the story. And by stupid, maybe not stupid, but not in fitting with what the fans are used to.
Well,
Um,
look, fans of I disagree more than any other point you've ever made. If the author of whatever you enjoy is not I fucking hate you and I don't care what you want from my characters, I'm not interested. If you're pandering to an audience, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just so not interested. The way
no, but you have to take into account what they
I
like
don't think you
because
do.
they're the guaranteed money.
I don't think you do.
Okay,
I genuinely believe if you want to be artistically merited, you can say people that seem to like this character, let's build on
okay,
that.
I'm
And I
okay
think
with
that's
that. What would have happened if in Sonic movie, if they had stuck with the original Sonic design and said the fans are toxic, they can
but
fuck
that's
off?
so I feel like that goes back to my point about it being a looter shooter because the way he looked was categorically important to the story, and I feel like especially
The original Sonic was pedo bait,
yeah, it
right?
was weird. It was
Yeah,
weird.
but if they had have turned around like Sony would have or Disney would have and
Sure,
said fans are
I'll
toxic,
flip that to you. The worst thing that BioWare did was give in to the Mass Effect fans. The
yeah.
worst thing
But you
they
know
could
what? The
do.
Mass Effect fans were the quote lefties
Yeah,
that now reckon it's what right wingers do.
yeah.
So
Uh,
that
uh,
was,
so
and that was dumb. I agree that was dumb because if I do believe if you're the artist, you're allowed to produce the art you want, right?
yes,
And you should because you're the one that's got the skill, and because all the people playing the game, they've got skill playing the game, but they don't have skill to make a game. It's
yes,
just they can have an opinion on it, but the other thing is you can't blame them when they hate it
yeah. No, no,
because
no.
you made your
That I'll agree
vision
on.
and
Yeah, yeah,
they don't have to like
yeah.
it.
Absolutely. And
This is
there's
how
no
an economy
obligation,
works.
and that's the problem with video games as a in inherent and movies as well. there has to be a financial stake involved where it's like, oh, it's not going to put bums on seats, so we don't care. Most of the movies I enjoy, I promise you, they're not like they probably cost $10 million to make, and they were lucky to make that $10 million back, right?
Mm,
But I still like them, so who cares? It's the same with games, right? It's why indie
yeah,
games do so successfully. It's
yeah,
because it's like I'm creating an auteur's vision. I would rather you make a janky piece of shit that has soul and well written characters and compels me to keep playing it
yeah.
than some focus tested garbage like that. And again, that goes back to what I'm saying with that is like the worst thing BioWare did was give in, and it's the same with Suicide Squad. Is the worst thing they did was turn into a loot shooter. I think the storyline, which I think it's been nearly 2 years, so we can talk about it. Basically, Brainiac takes over the DC universe. It is the Arkham universe. It is canonically the Arkham universe. If you give a shit about any of that stuff,
Mm,
so the Batman that you're killing is the Kevin Conroy Batman that you played in Arkham Asylum. It's as simple as that,
mm,
right? And he's been taken over by Brainiac and all that kind of stuff. I don't mind if you're going to be subversive, but when the game is shit, no one cares. That's the hard part, right?
yeah.
It's like any piece of art. You can be as subversive as you want, as long as you're funny. And that's where James Gunn gets away with it. A lot of the stuff that he does, it's subversive, but it's funny and it's well made. So you go, normally I wouldn't let you get
I
like
like a Ryan Johnson who tries to subvert expectations
I
and
look,
makes.
I still think that was the biggest psych ever. I could have handled that last movie. I've never watched the last Star Wars movie, and I think I could have handled it if they'd at least stuck to the burn the sacred text. The Jedi Order needs to die. If the story of that last movie was Kylo Ren and Rey start a new order of not Jedi, not Sith, just Force users, and their idea is we want to take down Jedi's and Siths across the board, and that was like a terrorist cell to do that. I 100% would have been on board with that because I think it would have been a unique twist in that universe.
What it shows, I reckon, though, is that you don't get a non-science fiction, or you don't get somebody from outside that domain to do.
I just think you write a trilogy. You never leave an intended trilogy as a single movie and then
Uh,
go, well, JJ's done his thing now.
well, Abrams is overrated as fuck.
I don't disagree. I like
Yeah.
Cloverfield, but I don't disagree, right? I mean,
Oh,
Nah,
Clo-
Cloverfield was
Clo-
great.
well, Cloverfield. I reckon I
Cloverfield
got
was
brain rot.
nah, Cloverfield was great, but like because it's one. It
It was
was
great when they died in
well,
the
but
end.
that's exactly
I was so happy.
but that's
I cheated.
exactly it.
I actually cheated. I went, yeah,
Yeah,
fucking eat them. Oh,
like
about time.
yeah,
Oh, God, they shit me.
that's the point. They
Go eat
do
the
shit yeah.
others.
They do shit yeah. They're trying to be these hipster cool kids, and you watch them
They
just
blue balled
categorically.
me for 2 hours until those
I
noxious little
mean,
fuckhead kids died.
the chick blows up. The annoying redheaded
That was
chick.
good.
She just like blows up,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, no, more of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Should have led
yeah,
with that, and I
the
could have
the
finished the
the
movie.
honestly, I genuinely think like again. I don't mind what JJ does because he did Dark Angels. Was it Dark Angel? One of them. He did one of those shows. No, that was James Cameron. One of those kind of
He
shows
did
from the
Lost, didn't he?
Lost. That was one of them. He did one of
Yeah.
those kind of subversive shows in that era. So I get why he's this thing. But yeah,
Overrated.
yeah. My moral story is I'd rather you try like it's like even Joker. Joker gets a bad rap from the intellectuals and he gets too much credit from the
Joker the movie
non-intellectuals.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I liked it. It was
I watched
fine.
that with my son a little while ago because he hadn't seen
Yeah,
it yet. That is actually a superb movie.
well, it's fine.
It is really. I
I mean,
understand.
have you seen Taxi Driver? Have you seen King of Comedy? It's
No,
both.
neither of them. So
It's both those movies, right? You'll watch it. It's one of those. It's Seinfeld isn't funny, right? Where it's like
nah,
people say Seinfeld isn't funny, but then Seinfeld invented all the tropes that people didn't like.
Seinfeld
You
had
know,
old moments.
well, the
Had
show.
a lot of memes.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, right? Seinfeld created the jokes that
That
then
was still
everyone's
real.
used for the next 20 years,
Come
right?
back one year.
It's like Simpsons, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Simpsons. Everyone talks about
Simpsons one to
old
nine was a meme factory.
yeah,
Simpsons in 4.3 was just non-stop memes.
absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like they did all those jokes. So when you go back and watch them, you go, "That's not that funny." It's like, yeah, because everyone built off what that did, and now I feel like that's exactly that
Yeah.
same conversation. So, well, I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. My,
I
my
don't.
my New Year's resolution is to just avoid even more fucking pumped out trash. I will watch I'll go see Gunn's Superman only because I trust James Gunn. I loved Guardians
It
Galaxy.
looks shit, but there's a doggo.
Does it look bad? It looks absolutely fine. It looks better than the fucking shit Snyder ones. That Man is I did the Man of Steel fights. But the best thing about Man of Steel was fights. Every Snyder movie is a 5 minute self-contained block, then just glued to another 5 minute self-contained block. If he was making film clips, he'd be great. But anything more than a film clip, his brain can't process it. He needs someone else to write his movie.
You know the one I don't understand, Ryan Johnson, because he didn't he do Looper?
And he did Glass Onion as well, and they're good.
No, no, let's stick with good stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. Glass Onion's good. Like they're both those movies are good.
Okay.
Have you not seen them?
No, no.
No.
Yeah, I've seen the murder mystery
Yeah,
one. Yeah, because
but
my
like,
wife goes, "Let's watch this." Everyone's telling me it's really good. I'm like, "Who the fuck's telling you this is good?" He goes,
well, no, no,
was
no,
it you? You
no,
were you
no,
the
no,
one
no,
that
no, no,
you should
no,
tell
no, no,
Jared to watch this? It's really good,
no, no,
just to
because
fuck with
you
me.
couldn't understand it. It's why it's too it's not pixely enough for you. It needs more Adam Sandler going.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my
it's
God,
also.
in my
You'll make.
hiney.
No, I
That's what
like
you
that.
need.
Actually, Adam Sandler was the only bad thing about Pixels. If they had left him out, it would have been a good movie.
But no, like, but that is more a Ryan Johnson
Adam
movie.
Sandler should do more stuff like Zohan. Zohan needs sequels.
So Hans, you're fucked. Oh, why are we in a podcast together? This is dumb.
So,
Why am I here?
wait, can we do
Zohan,
games
it's like
before you
categorically his
leave
worst
on
movie.
red?
It's just that's so annoying. It's categorically his worst movie.
It was,
I mean, Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be his worst movie in a year. So.
yeah, well, yeah, look, Adam Sandler makes generally pretty shit movies. He's
My moral
overrated.
story is, yeah, I think auteurs need to understand their strengths and weaknesses, and having Ryan
What are we talking
Johnson,
about?
having
It's
Ryan
not
Johnson
me.
do a
He
having
was
Ryan,
so annoyed.
having
He
Ryan
got
Johnson
red.
do a Star Wars movie is not a good idea.
Adam Sandler should do the next Star Wars
Oh,
movie. And you know,
yeah, he's a
it
new Jar Jar Binks. He
could be
oh,
worse.
and yeah,
Couldn't be any
Jar
worse
Jar
than that.
Binks was like meant to be what Caribbean Jerry Lewis. So
They already do in the shows. They do space campfires
yeah,
and they do Robbie Hour. Do you want to do games?
yeah. Let's talk. Anyway, let's go back to video games.
What were we at? Okay, let's do. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is a good segue to games. So Helldivers is getting a movie.
Oh my god.
It gets better. So Helldivers. I reckon that's not a bad idea. Although I
We
hope
already
they
had a movie.
yeah, I'm doing my part. Starship
Yeah.
Troopers. I watched Starship Troopers and it wasn't as good as I remember. Shower scene was good. I liked that when I was young. But the
No, the movie. I mean, it stands up
there's a bug on me.
if you view it in that lens, that standard lens.
Talking Starship Troopers
Yeah, I was gonna
being
say.
eaten by a bug.
Yeah. We'll just get the flamethrower out.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, because they're doing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Doing my part. Killed it. I'm
They're
doing
doing
my
Ghost of
part.
Tsushima. It's like, oh, we made a Kurosawa film into a game. Now we're gonna make a movie of that. And I'm like,
What are we talking about now?
we already
You're
Ghost.
reading my notes.
No,
Ghost of Tsushima is going to be an anime.
It's all three of them, isn't it?
Yeah, well, but I hadn't said it yet. You're
Oh,
like
sorry.
You're spoiling my own notes
I'm
here.
spoiling your notes. God forbid. Jesus Christ.
Yes, Did you know Ghost of Tsushima is getting an anime?
Oh, and wow.
Through Crunchyroll.
At least it's only getting an anime. Like, yeah.
But this is the thing. They say it's going to be 2027. Can you guys stop that? Because don't even announce it yet. Because I'm like about to turn 56,
Yeah.
and 2027 I'm going to be like
Maybe
59
like
or
one of
something.
those like make a wish
In
things.
Danger Time.
About one of those like wish lists, like
The Make a Wish.
make a wish. And they'll show it to you on your deathbed.
Did they do that for somebody?
Yeah, they did it for a few people.
There was some show that they did it. Anyway, I'm Make a
They did
Wish.
it for Matilda because the little girl in Matilda, her mum was dying, and they showed it to her mum. Wasn't a finished cut, but they showed it to her mum.
I'm just trying to finish her off.
Oh,
Um,
Jesus Christ.
okay, so I'm going to message all the Make a Wish Foundation and say I'm old.
Can I watch
If
Ghost
you
of
got any
Tsushima?
movies coming
Have
around
you played Ghost of Tsushima?
2030, no, but I want to see
Okay.
the movie, right? I want the anime. So if you got any movies coming around 230 or beyond,
Yeah.
2030 or beyond, I'm going to say, can you just like show it early because I'm dying of old age?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does that
Some
count for
sexy
Make a
Dermie.
Wish?
Yeah. And then Horizon Zero Dawn as well has got one.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
other one.
spoilers.
There's
Yeah.
another-
Did you know
Sure,
Horizon?
spoil.
See, you don't understand Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't either, but we're boys, right?
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn was
I get it.
massive with female
Yeah,
gamers.
it was, and I don't get it because I still feel like she's such a Mary Sue. Like it's just such a.
Oh, okay, Tate.
No, I'm just saying, but she is like. But I'm the same when protagonists are lame. You know what I mean? Like it's like people say that about the guy from Days Gone. They're
Yeah,
like,
that guy that beat up Joel in Last of Us 2, that was lame.
Oh, all right, 4chan, relax. It wasn't even 4chan to be fair. That was
We're one step away from
That was
Bitcoin.
100% Pole / Kiwi Farms.
Which
but
one's
yeah,
this?
the whole Abby's trans thing.
Yeah, no, they're clearly not. But
Yeah.
but I think a lot of the times some people troll, and then you've got the serious believers don't understand it's a
Yeah.
troll, and you got the serious believers on the other side don't understand it's a troll, and they just start fighting.
Well,
and
I've
and the
always said that, yeah.
4chan guys sit back and go, ha ha.
I've always
Dickheads.
said that. Like, you've got to look at the intent. If the intent is to throw a grenade and walk away, then just ignore the grenade, right? But it's like, I've said that anyway. I'll debate anything in good faith with anyone. But the second it's like, just throwing grenades for the sake of reaction. They want the reaction. Just don't give it to them. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Last of Us season 2 comes out in April. Good luck to Joel Stark.
So, you mentioned the season 3 thing,
Anyone
right?
who hasn't played the game's in
Yeah.
for a shock.
So, because you haven't played the second game, so the way the second game is split up,
Because they killed dogs and made me sad.
yeah, that was funny. You were so pissed off
I
about that,
was.
and I was bombing dogs everywhere.
Yet you're a monster.
No, because they're gonna kill me. Like, why would I let dogs maul me? It's like
Of course they
okay.
have to kill you
It's
because you're
okay.
going to kill them. It's self-defense on the dog's
They
part.
sniff you out. If they just fucked off, then I wouldn't kill them.
No, they know what's coming. They've seen the giant bear.
And I was smearing chum all over the fucking bombs, and then they just walk over the bombs, and then you hear the
Yeah.
guys cry, and then you walk up and stab them in the neck.
Oh, fucking
Anyway,
goodest boy simulator.
I mean,
God damn.
it all tastes the same, slow roasted, right? So like, this is the apocalypse we're talking about.
Oh,
But anyway,
doggos.
the reason they lead to season 3 is because of the structure of the second game. The second game is set up like a premium TV show. You can see the distinct point where it splits and it becomes a second show. So you could definitely do the third
Oh,
season.
so the third season is going to be the trans guy.
Oh, shit. All right, 4chan. But yeah, no, like, but basically from it won't be that
We're going to
hard
get dislikes on the
yeah,
video.
yeah. It won't be that hard to cut, but it'll be basically there's something that happens at a certain point, and it's enough of a turning point that that's where you do basically go from maining Ellie as a protagonist to maining as
Okay,
Abby.
so season 2 Ellie, and then they can ditch that chick
I
from
don't,
Game
I,
of Thrones
yeah,
because
I
she don't
don't.
look like Ellie anyway, and then go to Abby.
That's because she's such a good actor. Like the chick who played Bella Ramsey, she's a good little actor, but I just can't
She
reconcile.
looks like she's
I went.
permanently 12 years old.
She looks well. She probably got Aladanlos. Like she got that the taut skin that I.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
trying to make me feel bad that she's got
Anyway,
a disease.
I don't know. I mean, it's Aladanlos. It's not particularly egregious, but she looks
Okay,
so pommy.
I have to Google that Doctor House.
She's got a pommy face, right? Like she just looks like a pom, and it can't do it for me. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
so maybe it's my Irish genes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a
Fucking pommy
big deal.
face.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, but I'm with you. But if you do watch season 2, the girl that got to play Abby is in Justified. She's really good in Justified, and she would have done a perfect Ellie, I think. So it's interesting that they got her in for Abby. I would have honestly looked to like the wrestling world for an Abby. You know what I mean?
Gina Carano.
Oh, she's a bit old. I hate to be that guy. I hate to gatekeep.
No
but
problem for me.
Yeah.
Also, call me Brooke.
Yeah. Anyway, but moral story is, yeah, I don't really care about a Helldivers movie. I'm just not interested. My medium is good enough without having to resort to
I
movies.
hope they don't pike because Helldivers had the Super Earth, the managed democracy. I hope in this current environment, there's a message they could probably put out.
Yes,
Um,
but they won't because it's Sony.
they probably will pike.
Yeah.
Everyone's falling in line right now. Our next presidential election will be Elon Musk versus Bezos versus Zuckerberg, really. But I hope they don't pike because I think that they could tell a story based on the law of that, or not law, but all the Super Earth managed democracy. Why the war's happening.
They're smart.
There's somewhere to
they'll do
go.
something like there's major points in the game like Malevolent Creek and a few other major points in the meta story of the game that you could do and have like a Helldiver that's left on the planet and sees it for what it is and like survives and then comes back and you could just have. It doesn't even have to be a good ending story. You could just have super like managed democracy crush them underfoot and keep going. Similar to Warhammer in that way, you know what I mean? Where it's like everyone views Warhammer guys, the pride of the thing, but I'm like, if you really look into the thing, it's like it's just fashy 101. Like you're missing the kind of the joke here, you know what I mean? So
They could do a Starship Troopers for the current age.
yes, for
And
sure.
bring it up to date. I don't think that we
Yeah.
much like they did with that movie Carry On. Was that the Christmas movie about the airport and that guy?
Oh, I've seen it in.
They were
in the-
they were
in the
trying to make
Denver,
they were
yeah.
trying to make it Die Hard for the current
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
It wasn't that good. But anyway, we won't get movies again.
There's a lot of good movies out at the moment.
Appreciate you probably like it.
This year, honestly, this year was really good. Like even if you just want to watch Nick Cage movies were good. Longlegs was the worst movie Nick Cage was in this year.
Okay. Nvidia GeForce prices are out.
Oh,
we finished with
yeah.
the movie. Yeah, they're a bargain. So
Uh,
I'm shopping for a PC for my son at the moment.
I mean, they're talking about AI. They're talking about all this, and then they're like,
Well, Microsoft have increased the price of Office 365
yeah,
for the AI stuff. Nobody fucking wants.
Yeah.
Oh, get get stuff
I mean,
companies.
and Adobe did it out of the blue as
Not
well.
even AI. Can we stop with that, companies? It's
Yeah,
not AI.
yeah.
You've just it's statistics and probability, and sometimes it's algorithms.
It's scraping it. Yeah, yeah,
Everything's called AI now, or AI. The joke is Africans and Indians, because quite
yeah,
often it's people being paid $2 a day to
yeah,
massage results.
yeah.
It's dumb as fuck. Stop it. Stop charging. Anyway, NVIDIA GeForce. They put out an AI computer. I won't even go
Yeah.
into that. So yeah, the 5070 is going to be 1109 dollarydoos. The 5070 Ti. What's a Ti again?
Uh, it's like the performance one. It's like
Okay.
the slightly better one.
Well,
Yeah,
1509, so it's an extra $400 for
yeah.
the Ti.
It's like the overclock one. I forget what it stands for, but yeah,
Okay, 50. It's titanium or something, isn't it?
something like that
Yeah. Okay.
probably.
Uh, Titties. It's for anime
I
watching.
think you'll actually be right. Ti is the periodic table symbol for titanium, isn't it?
Uh,
I think you might have actually got that one right, nerd.
too many science
What a
girls.
fucking nerd. Yeah,
Too
yeah,
many science girls in the house keep
yeah,
telling
yeah,
me all
yeah.
this stuff, and I'm trying not to listen. They're going, I'm going to tell you this story. It's about science. It's like,
I
what
spelled
we
it
got?
wrong, but it doesn't matter.
Titanium?
It's Ti. There you go. Well done.
There
Good
you
job.
go.
Good job.
Okay, cool. I learned some Super Nintendo charmers.
Yeah,
The 5080 is $2019, and that's where the bargains stop.
yeah. The 5090, of course,
The
the flagship
5090,
model.
yeah, 4,039 Aussie dollary dues.
And I mean,
Holy moly.
at least, crypto
That was my
has not a
budget to
thing
buy a
anymore.
PC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which, yeah, we're talking to at the moment, and it's crazy to see
I
how.
better get some bitcoins out
Yeah,
of that. I better be able
yeah.
to mine something out of
I was
that.
gonna say, I mean, is mining still a thing? Do people still mine?
I don't think it is for Bitcoin. But I think most Bitcoins at the moment are owned by the U.S. government
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
That's why Trump's talking about a Bitcoin reserve, and he's going to
Yeah,
try and pump it up and then rug pull into it
yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Because 2008 was a rug pull.
Elon's done that twice now. He did it
Yeah,
for Doge, and he did it for the other one.
well,
Yeah,
2008 was a rug pull, but not with using actual money
money.
like
Yeah, yeah,
mortgages, and they're going to rug pull on that. Mind you, I have some Bitcoin I'm just sitting on because I bought a couple of grand worth. I sold when it went up the amount I bought.
yeah.
Um,
So you,
so I can't lose money.
so yeah,
Basically.
you're playing on the house's money now. That's how I look at it when I gamble.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, I make my money back in the first half
I'm
hour.
just sitting there going, watching it go up and down. It's not enough that I can run off and buy an investment property or
Yeah.
something. It's just it's
I
only a
know
couple of
people
grand,
that
but
have it as
I just
part
watch
of
it go
it.
up and down, up and down.
If you had it as part of your retirement package, I think it's fine. But I know people have also got
J-
only Bitcoin for their retirement. I'm like,
I,
well, you're not retiring then. Like,
no,
yeah,
no, I would stay away from every other coin, and the reason I say that is Bitcoin's unique.
yeah.
All the other coins, they're just everyone's getting involved because they're all trying to get in before the
Imagine
pool.
Bitcoin has a gold reserve, and that's how you got to think of it. Like,
Well,
there's only a finite amount of gold on the planet.
it's limited to there's only 20 something million
Yeah,
coins can ever exist,
yeah,
right? And that keeps the price up. And the other thing is that it's always going to be used for surreptitious
yeah,
purposes.
yeah.
So there's always going to be a demand. Now, the thing with Bitcoin, people don't get, and when everyone got into it with SFX and that, they don't understand. It's not shares and it's not property. It's not an investment. It won't give you money.
My
It's like investing in Pokemon cards or if you're a rich person paintings.
My line is always, if you stop using the US dollar, you get a bayonet in the ass. If you stop using Bitcoin, what army shows up? If the answer is no army shows up, then
Price shot up at
it's
the
even
yeah.
more fake money than you would expect.
When Russia went into Ukraine, the price went up
Yeah.
massively on Bitcoin, and they tried to stop it. In fact, Israel confiscated all Bitcoin registered to a Palestinian address a little while ago.
Wow.
So people use it to get around other
Yeah, the
financial
sanctions and
systems.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
which is a cunt move by them, by
yeah,
the way, because that's their money. But that's what they do. So
yeah.
let's not go into that. We'll get some dislikes. But anyway, so Bitcoin is it's like investing in paintings is probably the best example. While there is a market,
Yeah.
you can sell. If there's no market, you can't sell. That is why every other cryptocurrency is absolutely valueless
Yes.
because there has to be a demand, and there's never going to be a demand for a Hocktour coin
Yeah.
or anything Logan
Yeah.
Paul makes.
I always like it's one of those things I don't like people getting ripped off, but at the same time, you bought Hawk Coin, you put $25,000 into Hawk Coin. I
I
I'm like I can't feel sorry for you at a certain point.
That's a
I can't. Yeah.
that's the parasocial nature of
Yeah.
the relationship being used.
Yeah.
But also there are a lot of people I'm pretty convinced that are crying, but they really tried to get in before the pull.
Yes.
I think there's a little bit of rushing, and if you fail before the pull, you might lose 20 or 30K, right?
Yeah.
But if you can get out before the pull happens, when the owner of the coin does it, you might make some good money. I
Yeah.
think there's a little bit of that gambling going on. Don't play that game. Bitcoin, I
The old
believe,
pump
is the
and
only one
Pickups,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
put in. I wouldn't recommend anybody got Bitcoin unless you have
Well, everyone says
absolutely
Bitcoin and
researched it.
Ethereum are the only two that, like, yeah,
There's risks with it. There's no central registry. If you try and transfer Bitcoin to another wallet, and I panic anytime I do
yeah,
this between the exchange and I've got a ledger,
yeah,
a cold wallet, right, an air gapped one. Every time I transfer it, if you get one of the numbers wrong in there, like 16-digit
yeah,
wallet code, that just disappears
yeah,
or goes to somebody else, and you cannot trace it or
yeah.
get it back. So you could easily lose thousands or even millions if you got that of dollars by a typo. Now, if you did that in a bank and you went and transferred some money, say I tried to transfer some money to you in a bank
Yeah.
account, so I went to Combank and I went, well, I'm going to transfer to Jason, like
You put the wrong numbers in, it'll reject it if it's the wrong numbers, or they'll
well,
say,
I can go to the
yeah,
bank and sort it out, right?
yeah,
And the bank will go, oh, yeah, we see that transaction. Yeah, right. With Bitcoin, there's nothing that can do that. So part of the appeal of it being that absolute lawless Wild West of
yeah,
it for some people is also the risk of it.
yeah,
Now exchanges can get hacked. They can, oh, actually, most hacks, I'm pretty sure aren't hacks, but anyway,
yeah,
and they can give your stuff away or steal it, steal the keys. So you want to have your keys also in a cold wallet or in a gapped wallet,
yeah.
which is basically a separate device that's
I'm not plugged
yeah,
into anything. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, don't get involved if you don't. Yeah, I would recommend anybody listening, don't get involved in Bitcoin
Yeah. So,
or crypto.
so speaking of shit investments, don't buy an Nvidia card as well. I mean, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, yeah. Well, 4039. Yeah, look, that's a lot. X Cloud the Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to LG TVs. It's already on Samsung TVs, and
okay,
I've played it on my Samsung TV. It's pretty good. Microsoft had nailed the cloud gaming with their Azure stuff. They've actually got that right. And more they're putting this TV. This says every device is an Xbox. When they say every device is an Xbox, they really mean phones and TVs.
yeah, yeah.
Um, except for Apple ones.
Well, like I still think if you're playing a Civilization or like some puzzle game or whatever where latency doesn't matter, yeah, it's great. Like good for them. Like if you're
I
playing like
played a bit of Garden Warfare because you know what I find? I can't find any lobby with the original Garden Warfare full of people
yeah,
on the Xbox. But on my Samsung TV, there's always people playing, and I find it. Maybe it's because it's not a tight game as far as the shooting
no,
and that, right?
your
But
reflexes are slow enough not to notice anyway.
it's probably true, actually. I don't even notice when it blurs a bit when it's trying to catch up. So, yeah, maybe okay. Play on your TV, Cloud, if you're over 50.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's a great
It's
experience.
all the same resolution. What's the
It's
difference?
going to get better the older I
Yeah,
get. So, anyway, another one with games, console stuff. SteamOS is going to be installable on other handhelds soon.
yes.
April, I think I saw the date. So, yeah, if you got an Anya or whatever it is,
And
or
yeah, or
these other
Legion
ones,
Go, like yeah,
anything mentioned in Mark's groups, basically anything Mark owns. Hi, Mark. So yeah, well, I think what they're doing there is they're heading off the Windows is a shit for a handheld game device,
yeah,
but they're heading off that. So SteamOS is going to be on everything. There are also rumors, as you said earlier, that it'll come to a desktop
yeah.
or not desktop, a
I
console.
I think it'll be an MSX slash 3DO situation where they say, here are the specs, here's what you can install a thing on, here's what we insist would be the minimum specs for that, and then just say, and offer it as an alternative to a Windows and stuff, because Windows gaming is still shit. It's still garbage after all this time. So there's room for there to strike and say, if you,
Microsoft will buy them one day and add them to Windows Gaming and fuck it all up on
uh,
everybody. But yeah, the Steam, it'll come. There'll be a console as well, or if nothing else, people make it.
yeah,
I think you're right about the 3DO model and what they're
yeah,
going to do. They had one crack at it and it didn't work, but
yeah.
I think they'll have a
Well, because
crack at
they
it
had the
again.
Alienware, didn't they? Alienware were doing them as
I've got
well.
one of them. I've got
Yeah,
an Alienware one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty. It was pretty good.
yeah, it acts as a little console box, and obviously you get access to thing like I just bought a bunch of stuff on Steam Deck because I'm like, yeah, cool if I can play it across thing. There's yeah, and I mean if you add on the fact there's rumors of a Half-Life game coming soon, like
Well,
that,
yeah, that's the other one.
yeah,
Now, originally when they released the Steam box,
yes,
I was pretty convinced that their launch title with it would be Half-Life 3
yeah,
because that made sense. And because if you were Sony or Microsoft and you were going to launch a new console, a brand new one, well,
Mario.
never going to happen again
Well,
with
Switch 2 is going to be a Mario,
Microsoft.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
So you do that, right? You have your tentpole release, whatever you
yeah,
call it, your big release, and there's no bigger release on anything than Half-Life
yeah,
3. When Half-Life 3 comes out, it is going to be the biggest worldwide
yeah,
gaming event ever in history.
yeah.
Which is probably what hasn't come out yet because the expectations are going to be so
I mean,
high.
when they were doing those things, they were like it was pre-COVID, obviously, when they were doing the Alienware stuff and things like that. But I think Valve itself was still heavily invested into Dota at that point, so they were still
Mm,
pumping a lot of money into Dota. CS was going through all its changes and blah blah blah. So I think we're at that point in the cycle now. Apparently, there was a registry change on one of the Steam pages for two unannounced games released by Valve. First one is Deadlock, which we all know about,
yep.
and then there's another one. So that's the rumor that it's going to be a Half-Life game. The reception to Alex was great. People were
Mm.
getting indexes or whatever they were calling them
Look
for.
good in VR.
Yeah.
Oh,
And and
just look good.
and it did more than just the standard VR game, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's always my annoyance is it's like, oh, I'm gonna move in this. Like I was watching a friend of ours, Andrew, was playing
Mm.
Alien VR, and I'm like, yeah, just couldn't think of anything worse. I don't know.
Remember, it used to be click to move. It used to be annoying.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
So.
Fallout's still that, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Now it's got two modes,
Yeah,
so you can still do that. You select an area and click to go there. That's what it was when I played at Tokyo Game Show
yeah,
a few
yeah,
ages ago. But there's nothing nicer than aiming down your controller
yeah,
and shooting. It was sweet. I could almost become an American to do that. It was
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
nice. That was good in VR, but movement was painful. So yes, the SteamOS, and yeah, it'll come to other handhelds. I reckon it'll come to boxes, and I think you're right with
yeah,
the 3DO model. Switch to there's been leaked pictures we can't show you obviously because this is an audio podcast. Hello to everyone on YouTube just looking at the static background of our
yeah, yeah.
light. Sorry about that. But the Switch 2 looks like the screen's gonna be like Steam Deck sized.
Yes, it looked pretty big, assuming that is the legitimate one. Look, I think at this point, the two rumors that stick out, just from my, sniffing around the traps, in Australia, I think we'll get an announced next week. I think it'll be sometime before the 20th, and then we'll get the release of it'll be like end of March, late start of April. I think
Yeah.
we'll get it. So it'll be thing, and I think the thing that's been hidden the most, and the most important part, let's be real, is the software. I think we'll get a Mario. I think there'll
Yeah,
be a Mario.
the dock looks interesting. I think one thing it shows with all these leaks, Nintendo is not in control of it because the Chinese peripheral manufacturers
They're
have
just
sought
going
the leak.
ham. Well, I mean, that
And
Genki's the one who's been showing it off real bad. They're the French mob. I
the,
wonder what the ramifications are going to be.
well, at least with the Chinese ones, it's very hard to have ramifications.
Yeah.
So it's very, so yeah,
But yeah, but you can tell the stuff that's kept internal, i.e. the video game stuff, and you can tell the stuff that's kept
yeah,
external,
look,
i.e. the
guarantee one of the big releases. And look, I'll say now, look, if the Switch 2 just runs Switch games easy, not like the Wii U ran Wii games with a pain in the ass, Switch done the main
yeah,
thing. Then yeah, look, I think it'll be the biggest console ever made.
yeah.
I think it just can't
Well,
fail.
you can see on the top where there's like the little tab, like they were like they were showing that there's like a tab that the Switch 2 games will have, which means you can't put them in a Switch
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
That's how
Oh,
they've done.
it's they're
That's
on.
how they did it for 3DS. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Literally how they did it for 3DS.
they're going to support a SD card format that's apparently 4 times faster
Yeah.
than the normal. Also, there's a mysterious C button. Can I exclusively reveal on this podcast what that C button's for? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
There's a C button
Yeah.
on controller. Okay, and
Is dying quickly.
I know this. Well, this is why I'm dying because they're
He
after
won't see it before 2027.
Nintendo's
Yeah.
after me. So, but I don't have long to live, so I can spill this before Nintendo's lawyers find out. I can exclusively reveal that C button stands for copyright strike.
Right.
And what you do, you press it, and Nintendo's lawyers are instantly notified of whatever you just had on the screen, and they spring into action
Yeah.
and start preparing cease and desist
Yeah.
to everybody.
And
Uh,
then they're sus on you. So if in the 48 hours following that period you throw a tennis ball or something,
uh,
like a car will come crashing through your wall and
don't stand anywhere near a balcony,
Yeah.
especially if you're in Russia.
Yeah,
That's not a good
yeah, and
idea.
if you're gonna be near CEOs with the name Luigi, you can't have a tortoiseshell. You have
Yep.
to use some kind of ballistic round.
Yeah, the C button is going to streamline Nintendo's most important part of their business. Just
I mean, we all know it's probably going to be camera, right? Let's be real. I think, yeah.
no copyright strike.
Fair enough.
But that's exclusive. I can reveal that, and I may not be on next week's podcast because they're going to come for me now, Nintendo. That I've revealed that. What else we got that's totally serious? Oh, okay, some side totally serious. U.S. Department of Defense has listed. Have you seen this? Tencent officially as a Chinese military company.
Nice.
That's kind of cute considering that
They backed how many EA games and Call of Duty games.
the Call of Duty games they work directly with the Pentagon on.
Yeah.
All Hollywood movies that have an aircraft carrier, and by the way, the script was approved by the Pentagon.
100%.
All Silicon Valley companies, Google and all that, they all got CIA seed funding. There's a company, a CIA company, and they don't don't even have it as a front. They're not even like pretending the drugs just appeared, right?
Yeah.
They actually, it's an official company the CIA run to identify emerging technologies and investing. Google's one of them, by the way, and the CIA was the one that told Google to get the maps. The company that made Google Maps, right? But they think Tencent
Yes.
because it's Chinese. Ooh, scary Asians. Ooh.
Speaking of, you saw Pauline in Thailand?
Oh no, what's she
She
doing?
was in Thailand with Gina.
Oh yeah, oh,
Yeah.
our prime minister.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, future. Well, he's kind of a current one now, but nobody can do anything against her. So that's good. Well, was she still in carbonite or?
Yeah. Chop on it, chungo.
So, yeah, so so the U.S. Department of Defense thinks Tencent is a Chinese military company. That's hilarious.
I'm just imagining Elbow now, just being pushed across him, pushed up against the carbonite.
Did you?
It's like-
Well, Dutton wheels him out.
Dutton wheels him out. Because Dutton without the helmet is literally Darth Vader.
He is actually. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
bald, pale head. Yeah. What was I going to say?
Sorry, yeah, I ruined it then. Yeah.
It's not like you ruin it. It's not like you ruin anything I was going to say. It's sort of bullshit anyway. But so, yeah,
Yeah, oh,
definitely.
that's perfect. And Gina's sitting there as Gina the Hutt, and it's like whoa, whoa, and they've got like little like little rat thing that sits next to it.
So maybe.
That could be Pauline.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. So what was the other one?
So,
I wrote something here that I can't read anymore because you made me laugh. Um, Oh, Sonic. Oh, that's what it is. I thought it said Smite. What am I doing?
Smite.
Sonic. Well, same thing. Now you got to see Sonic 3. Sonic 3 is a legit good movie. Doesn't need you to see the previous two. The previous two went from childish to actually really standalone good like
I
movie you
like
can
the
enjoy.
second one. It just the worst part was the black wedding, like the family
Yeah,
wedding.
because they can't do a black character without having her be absolutely racist. The black
yeah.
woman. Let's be
Almost
honest.
a caricature.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Sonic films, the three films so far now have topped $1 billion
Yeah.
dollaridoos at the box office. Oh, actually, so I think it's US dollars, not even dollaridoos. Well,
Yeah,
they'll be the same soon anyway.
That's not Super Mario movie money, but that's still pretty good.
That is a lot for a franchise that is it's a bit more fringe. Like Mario is really well known. Sonic
You've got to
not as
remember
much.
though. No, you've got to remember, as far as Sega franchises go, Sonic is so far ahead of every other Sega franchise. Sonic has breached the mainstream. Sonic has comic books and cartoons and everything.
Memes.
Yeah.
That's why all the
It's,
video game reviewers hate it.
it's breached the mainstream
Yeah.
long ago, and so yeah, it's one of those things where obviously Nintendo, as a combined company, I think they're the sixth biggest.
But it won't get the
IP.
casual viewers. The Mario movie would have got the casual
No, it
viewers, the
wouldn't,
mums just
absolutely.
taking their kids out. I think that's awesome for Sonic. The movies are good. They're legit good. Sonic 3 is legit
I didn't
good.
mind Sonic 2, so
Watch it on the
definitely-
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it is funny. It's really funny. Yeah, like Jim Carrey was born to play that role.
Yes.
And also Shadows Keanu Reeves,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think is a good
fucking
mix, yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
The right kind of like
All the,
dull, edgy. Yeah.
I was disappointed they missed an opportunity because the origin story for Shadow, it was about Maria, a girl
Yeah.
who died. Yeah, it's not really a spoiler. I think if you know anything about it, I'm disappointed they didn't take the opportunity to make it about a dog.
Yeah.
Shadow's dog died.
Yeah.
That would
But
have been
in that world,
oh,
they were
chef's
like,
kiss.
in that world, it would have been like,
Yeah, there we go for time. Notch has announced Minecraft 2. He was piss farting around as he does. Notch is a little bit Elon Musk, like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just fucks around because he got so much money.
He got $2
doesn't
billion.
care.
Like, what does he care?
Yeah, he legit doesn't. His house apparently has got a wall of lollies. You just go up and it's got all these containers of lollies. I really
Oh,
what he wrote
thank
that.
Christ! I thought you meant lolicon, as in like
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But no, actually, the ones you eat, yeah, it's got like
Dave, yeah.
it's got like those things, and you just go up
Like
and you
a
take
pick
like
mix. It's a pick mix.
yeah. So you
Like
basically
the old
go
days
up
when we used to go to the cinemas and we like, yeah.
So anyway, that's a pretty good. So he bought this giant big house, but he was sad because he had too much money. Feel free.
Is he allowed to make Minecraft too? Like when they bought the Minecraft name, did they not buy the trade?
Well, I hate his guts because they took his name off for. Let's be honest. He might say some absurd stuff, but a lot of people on Twitter do, right?
Yeah.
A lot of rich people on Twitter say some absurd stuff. So let's not. But he But Microsoft were very quick to take his name off the
Yeah,
game. They hate his guts. I reckon they're spewing they spent 2 billion,
yeah.
right? Um,
But
so,
it's been still a better buy for them than Activision. It's not even
well, they're
close.
fucking it up worse than
Yeah,
they fuck up Halo.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
really need to control themselves. But because the newest packs come out for Minecraft, there's like 3 or 4 reskins. I mean, God, I can program better than
yeah.
guys.
Just
So
just do some Java. Yeah,
there's
some Java.
640 programmers at Mojang, and they're shit. Got to learn to code. So there's mod developers doing better work
Yeah,
than Mojang does.
but
So
that's true in general though.
so he probably can't, but there are other Minecraft clones. So
Yes.
there's a bunch of them, and some of them aren't even square. Some of them have got smooth, some are
They're
triangles, and
voxel
that.
and stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Vox, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. So they got, so there are others, and there's one I can't remember the name off the top of my head that I played that was like Minecraft, but just streets ahead. That just some dude wrote
yeah,
just for something to do, right? The technology to make, see, back when Notch made Minecraft like almost 20 years ago, that was like the maths involved had
yeah,
to be worked out, right? He did a legit good job.
yeah,
And people will say, oh, but he copied some other cave game, whatever. If you look at how the chunk system works in
yeah,
Minecraft and how the ores do threads and that, he was a genius to write it. It's now we're almost 20 years later, and the ability to write Minecraft games has become more mainstream.
yeah,
So yes, he could now make a Minecraft style game. That's not. There's already ones that are close that haven't been shut
yeah,
down
yeah.
by Microsoft. There's a lot that handle the chunks way better and faster and for further view distances than actual Minecraft does. I think there's space for him to move if he still has it,
Yeah.
and whether he has the hunger, because you need that hunger. And when you got $2 billion just sitting in the bank account, you might not be as hungry as you think you
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, you don't need it. It's like I mean, yeah.
you're like the AFL player
The
that's won 3 grand finals and 3 Norm Smiths. You really can't be fucked anymore,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So
That's the problem. Is sometimes that freedom is liberating for a lot of them, where they go, "Well, I can make whatever I want to make now," and they just continue to create. Or you get a situation like Francis Ford Coppola, where he pays $200 million to make Megalopolis, and no one wants to go and see it. You know what I mean?
that was
Like,
pretty
yeah,
crap. But yeah, so look, he's announced it. I think it'll be intriguing to see what he does. Whether he's still got it will be the thing because I'm looking at it as a programmer,
yeah,
as like one of his peers.
yeah,
Not even
yeah.
close to him, but
Now,
I mean, like, but it's somebody that codes well. Whether he's got it in him or not, that'll be the big thing. But he could do. There are Minecraft copies out there now. Some are really shit. Some are better. I think there's space to introduce a new one. If they did, the Java community is
would
being
move.
so mistreated
Yeah,
by Microsoft that I think they
that
would
would jump
move.
across. Yeah,
I think the whole area that created all the big servers like Hypixel and that. I think those maybe not them because they're
making
probably
money now. Yeah,
but that community I think would jump.
yeah,
And they could fix up some stuff like how mods are handled and stuff like that. There's some really basic stuff that Microsoft hasn't done because they want to make it hard to play Java and Minecraft.
yeah, yeah.
I think it would work. I think there's space. Whether he can do it or not, I'm intrigued to see.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Now I did a bit of retro. I'll save the retro stuff because heap of retro stuff came out about my arcade and Atari from CES, but I can save that because we run over an hour. Sega's not making any mini consoles announced because apparently they're not a retro company.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty fucking
That's
funny,
interesting.
guys. So,
Are they doing a crazy taxi read? That's funny.
yeah, so no, it's not retro. It's so they're starting a Netflix style game
I did
service,
see
which will
that.
be very interesting what that is. I haven't seen any other details about it.
Well, I mean, it seems
Sega, get your heads
realistically,
out of your
yeah,
ass.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Considering you have you have the Nintendo Online, you get a lot of old Sega games. I mean, I just feel like you're just double dipping at that point.
Mm. No, it's a nobody's surprise. Shouldn't be anyone's surprise. Somebody made a mod for Marvel Rivals that turns Trump into Captain America or Captain America into
Oh,
Trump.
yeah.
I'm sure you're running it right now.
Everyone's running the Squirrel Girl nude mods before they're running that. So
So yeah, just I think we're running a Lauren Boebert.
yeah,
So, but anyway, so that got banned. Now I'm against that. No, I don't care. I think the whole Trump thing is hilarious. But like I said, I'm not a lover. I just think that they deserve it.
yeah,
They deserve each other. But there are Biden mods, there are Kamala Harris mods, and that I think either ban all political
yeah,
mods, which is probably the best idea because you're
yeah.
going to get a whole heap of toxic bullshit, or let them all in.
Yeah.
Don't pick and choose.
And I mean,
That's dumb. That's
as
weak.
if it's on your own system, I don't think it matters. Like if it's only you looking at it, I don't think it matters. It's when you're shot. It's when it's affecting what other people can see. I think that's when it starts to
What if
become
you're
a
doing
problem.
it for creation of content or something? Have you seen
Yeah,
those presidents play Minecraft where it's got
yeah,
Biden,
yeah,
Trump, and
yeah.
Obama?
The first one of those was funny. Now they're all shit house.
They're funny, and Trump's always building a wall, and it's just funny. So look, I think there's leave it there if you're going to leave any others,
Yeah.
because I mean, even content creators can make some pretty
That's
funny
okay.
stuff.
Meta's now stepped in and said that they're not going to uphold censorship
Yeah, I think as though
and
they figure they're going to need too many, right? And they
yeah,
don't like paying people.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
no, my theory about it is it's actually related to AI. I
yeah.
think there's so much AI slop there that they can't, and they're producing it. Like Spotify
Even
and that are
Reddit, mate.
producing
Like
it.
We've always joked of Reddit being the center point of the dead internet, but it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
So they know they'll have to fact check. Like I joke that it's because Trump's coming in, there'll be too much to fact check
Yeah,
and they'll be overwhelmed. But I think it's really about too much and they'll
in
be overwhelmed with
general.
the
Yeah,
AI crap. And they know the AI crap. A lot of it's coming from inside the house.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Well, didn't they have like AI profiles that were commenting on stuff there
yep.
for like they tried that shit, and then they've just backed away from that
Well,
because
they
everyone's
reckon they
gone.
backed away. No, they're trying to build up
Yeah.
engagement. They're trying to get everyone arguing, and then because people aren't arguing enough, they're going to make fake
Well,
arguments. It's
my
like going
feed
to my
is
in-laws' house.
yeah,
It's fucking
my
ridiculous.
feed is all ads, and I'm just so over it now. Like I'm just at that point where I'm like, cool.
All those US military posts and everything's going to get better. I've been blocking them non-stop. I mean, fucking hell, Yanks. What is it with you guys and your shirtless fucking
Yeah,
soldiers?
yeah,
And they pray for these soldiers. They're protecting. They're not. They're murdering. It's too much of it. Is that your own? Is that your only
yeah,
identity? Is that all you are? Like a shirtless fucking soldier?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
all your country is? Like you have nothing else?
Yes.
No wonder you flew to the moon 50 years ago and then forgot how
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Like for fuck's sake, get something else to your personality as a
yeah.
country. God damn, it's just flooding Facebook. Anyway, that
Well, they're starting to push that hard here. That's what Atsy and stuff are doing over in Canberra at the moment. Um,
it's ridiculous.
it's nuts.
It's just nuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
it's
I would say a fitness regime and a few survival skills wouldn't be a bad idea for everyone.
I'd say it goes as far as outright fascism to constantly flood everybody's
Yeah,
feeds on purpose with military. Like
propaganda.
it's all
Yeah.
AI pictures of shirtless
But all
soldiers
the
on there.
trains run on time, Dermie. You know what I mean? The classic
Did you
Mussolini.
know they didn't?
Well, of course they
Anyway,
did.
so that
Of course
that's
they
made
did.
up. But anyway, anyway, look.
I was going to make an Italian joke there, but I won't.
Well, yeah, no, it wasn't the old joke that Italian tanks had one
Yeah,
forward gear and four
and
reverse.
it's never
Yes,
reversed. Yeah, yeah.
I think that'd be French. I never understood that
Uh,
joke, but anyway. Hello to our European listeners. We're gone way over an hour, so yes, I think the fact checking is being stopped because of the AI slop, and they know that there's so much of it they just
yeah.
can't keep up with their own crap they're making, and all the AI is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, yeah, and I said the thing. Let's wrap there. Thank you all for listening. We have a glitch next week if you're interested for Pokeball. So dress up in your best Pokemon outfit, formal outfit,
Bring
and
your
come down.
Pokeballs.
Yeah, yeah. And that'll be that. And then we go on the 1st of Feb, and then I'm in Japan for
Oh
4 weeks
yes.
for my birthday. So we'll have to figure out what we're doing in that period, whether we'll do some call-ins or whether we'll get some guests on. Last time I left them, Maloney got fucking junglist in, so we'll see what happens
I
there.
love Junglist.
I know you do.
I don't care what you
I know
say.
you do.
He's absolutely my favourite.
Mm,
No, I always did. And it's not nothing against Hex or anyone goes, it gives you sixes, you hate Hex. No, it's like liking chips and chocolate, right? You can like both.
yeah. But what happens? No, I'm not gonna say it.
No, look, I don't know if I'll get Jung back on,
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll work something out.
yeah. So otherwise, like next week. There'll be obviously some cool stuff there. I'll also a little bit of a sneak peek. We are filming links for a 6 episode TV season for
Ooh,
February. So
ooh,
while we're away, we'll be running some TV episodes.
you
We'll make
cringy
sure
in that?
yes,
Oh,
me
good.
and
He's a
Jack in those.
no, I love you,
And
cringy.
yeah.
Do I
So
have to say no homo after that?
fine.
I love you,
He,
cringy.
he knows who he is.
Cringy's a star, and anything he's on, everybody should watch. He's
Yeah.
just fantastic.
I agree. So we'll be doing some links for that, and then hopefully make it some TV. So hope to see you all then. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, New Game Plus TV, newgameplus.tv. Hopefully we have some other cool stuff to announce soon, and also don't forget to get your tickets for TGX in March if you're in the Melbourne area
Oh
or in
yeah, their
Australia.
website has a dark mode now. Did you
Yeah,
see it?
very good. I saw that.
Yeah.
Very well done. We'll leave you there, and so we can call it at 1 hour and 8 minutes because we haven't gone over
This is a new
time yet.
record.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, GarageBand used to stop at 1 minute, 1 hour and 6 minutes, and ask me how I learnt that one the hard way.
I came
And
here so sleepy. I didn't think I'd last an hour.
yeah, I mean, you got more animated at the end after we argued about your shit taste in movies. Anyway, let's
Can we
call it
edit
there.
that
Uh, just cut out all the bits where the wavelength covers
Can
the
we take
screen.
out the movie talk? It'll be a 30-minute
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah. True, true, true. All right, let's leave it there. Thank Thanks a lot, and congratulations to Helldivers 2 for Game of the Year.